This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description.
As it's coming from the mighty Blues, this is my instant match reaction. Spurs 2, Everton 2 on the final day of the Premier League season. And what ended up being a really good result for Everton Football Club at the end. Listen, the start of the game, first 3 minutes in, we've conceded, and you're thinking, oh my God, is it going to be another one of those long days that we just have to get through, forget about, and look forward to next season? But it wasn't in the end. We ended up getting back into the game, of course, with a Theo walk-off finish. Really good, cool finish by Theo, especially considering the fact that he slipped a little bit as well. And then we go 2-1 up. You know, Cenk Tosun, a little bit of a scrappy goal, but we get the goal anyway. And then, of course, about 20 seconds later, they equalise with a Christian Eriksen free kick. But you know what? I thought it was a really good performance by the Blues today. It wasn't our best performance by any means of the season. We always knew that, you know, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin not being available and with Richarlison not being available, it was going to be a little bit of a struggle. Obviously, Richarlison offers us a lot going forward, a lot in terms of creating opportunities, scoring goals, putting the ball in the back of the net. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin offers us a lot as well in terms of his work rate, his passion, his fight, his ability to just make himself a nuisance for those defenders. So we always knew that going into this game it was going to be a little bit tougher without those players. Theo Walcott stepping in hasn't been on the greatest run of form this season, and Cenk Tosun as well, very similar. Both lads stepping in and both lads getting the goals today, and you know, felt really good about them. You know, fantastic to see that, of course. Letting Spurs get back into it with the free kick, it is what it is at the end of the day. I thought we weren't fantastic, but we played well enough, and it's a really good result to end the season on. At the end of the day, listen, we've had a roller coaster season, ups and downs, lefts and rights, back and forth, but you know, it's over now. And at the end of the day, we all said going into this game, if we can come away with a good result, if we can make a good account of ourselves against, you know, let's be honest, not just one of the top six sides. You know, you've seen one of the top six sides in United get turned over by Cardiff at home today. You know, Spurs really are one of the best sides in the Premier League, and I'm talking other than City and Liverpool, who've spent billions between them. Spurs really are the third best team in this Premier League, and we've gone to their ground, and okay, the Reds might be somewhere else with the Champions League final coming up, but we've gone there and, you know, we've gone 1-0 down, and we've showed the fight and the passion and the heart to get back into the game, being 2-1 up. And you know what, we could have won that game despite the fact that it wasn't our best game at all, despite the fact that we really are lacking a number 9 and we really are lacking that creativity in the final third. Like I said, we were never out the game. I never felt at one point that, you know, we were out the game, and that was it. Even when they'd scored 3 minutes in and you're sort of thinking, oh, is it going to be one of these long days, we were still getting hold of the ball, we were still breaking forward, we were still creating opportunities. It just did look like at times in the game that we did lack that number 9, or we did lack that creative player to break us through. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got the 2 goals, and you know, okay, we're sitting here now at the end of it thinking, you know what, realistically, we shouldn't have really let Spurs get back in. You know, the free kick for me is a poor goal to concede. It's poor goalkeeping by Jordan Pickford. But I'm not going to go in on any player today. Obviously, last game of the season, we knew it was going to be a tough game against a really good side, and Marco Silva's Blues have gone out there, they've put in a decent shift, and they've come away with a hard-fought draw. And you know what, the optimistic fans out of us would have been sitting here before the game saying, I want the win, you know, we can get the 3 points here. But I think a lot of us would have been saying, if we can settle for a draw, then, you know, that's good enough. And obviously, it's a positive result against the top 6 side again, this time away from home, this time against one of the better top 6 sides in the Premier League. And obviously, we can take that momentum, we can take that, you know, result into the start of next season, and start hopefully to knuckle down and realise that we can beat these teams, and we can go toe-to-toe with these teams, and we can put in decent performances and, you know, get the better of these sides. And hopefully, if we do that more consistently next season, and we can do it against the smaller teams as well, then we can really put in a fight to break this top 6, and, you know, who knows, maybe even finish in a Europa League or maybe even Champions League spot next season. Like I said, Spurs are head and shoulders better for me than Arsenal, Chelsea and United, and we've gone away from home there, and, you know, we haven't put our best performance in by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't as good as United at home, it wasn't as good as Arsenal at home, but we've still come away with a point there, and we could have come away with the 3 points if we wouldn't have conceded, you know, the sloppy free kick 20 seconds after. Obviously scoring the second. You know, they say in football you're most vulnerable to concede when you've just scored. We've seen that in the Brighton City game as well. Brighton going 1-0 up, and City coming back straight away, and, you know, ended up winning the game 4-1 to win the Premier League. Thought I'd throw that one in there. But, you know, like I said, the same thing happened with Everton. You know, we scored the second and then ended up being quite vulnerable and conceded. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day, does it? The season's over. We've ended it on a positive, I'd say. We've ended it on a high, you know, going away to Spurs and getting a 2-2 draw, you know, after being 1-0 down in the 3rd minute is, you know, quite a really good result for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. The season's done now. We can finally relax. Man City have won the league, so we don't have to listen to them lot, at least not until the 1st of June anyway. So we can relax now for a little bit. And the Blues have gone out there and put in a decent shift and come away with a hard-fought draw. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. And yeah, see you next season for another instant match reaction. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.